Rarity is dead. Who deaded the pony? Anon was whistling on his merry way to harass the local librarian while twirling his stylish cane. He was as happy as could be, a small pep in his step highlighting that fact. He was currently taking in all the sensations and all the smells. Wait. He stopped in his tracks. A dark alleyway he'd nearly passed without a second glance grabbed his full attention. Ugh, what is that smell? After a brief moment of deciding if he really wanted to know, he walked down the alley, following his rather weak nose to the rather pungent scent. Anon was no stranger to the smells of an alleyway, nor how awful they could truly be. After living in a city for most of your life, you kinda grow numb to it. But this was different. Stale iron and rotten hair. It stung his nose. Now, is it a good idea to follow strange scents down dark, damp alleyways? Anon wouldn't know. He believes he never has bad ideas. He couldn't make out where it was coming from. He hummed, stopping after the smell dissipated slightly the deeper he went. He retracted a few steps to when the scent peaked. He looked to his left, and then he looked to his right. Oh look! Rarity is dead. Anon's green skin deepened in its color. Oh my fucking... His voice warbled as he covered his mouth. Oh, Jesus Christ, bro, what the f... He gagged. After a few minutes of trying not to throw up, Anon, covering his mouth and nose with his shirt, poked her head using his cane, which peeked out of a metal trash can, with flies circling around it. Oh, you're dead. Dead, my guy, he coughed. And then, after one more poke, her head tilted to the side and a spider crawled out of her open mouth. Anon's scream probably alerted everyone in Ponyville. Rarity is dead!
Uh-huh.
Like, perished, never coming back, in the great beyond somewhere up in the sky, or below in a pit of fire. I personally didn't really know her that well, especially when compared to you and the others, but still, why aren't you horrified? Twilight just rolled her eyes and shrugged.
Oh no! Wow, what a terrible turn of events! Some pony I knew on a deeply intimate level, no homo, has now ceased living!
She entered in a mock swoon, holding that position before one of her eyes cracked open to look at Anon. She laughed at herself and dropped back to a regular stance.
Anyways, I've moved on. You should do Anon.
Bitch, what? I haven't even told you how I found her yet. Her ears twitched. Anon shook his head, his face scrunching up. Look, Twilight. He spoke slowly. Rarity, a close friend that you knew, was only now just found dead. And you've already moved on? She hasn't even been tossed into a morgue yet! His incredulity made Twilight pause in her inspection of her hoof. Her horn lit up, and she shot a bolt of magic towards Rarity's body, which began to sizzle due to the aftermath of that spell.
There. Now we know that she's dead for sure.
Wait, what? He squeaked. His eyes locked onto Rarity, who could now be mistaken for a massive chunk of charcoal.
Anon! My friend has sadly met their untimely demise, and because of that, I have experienced denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and finally, acceptance. The 5 stages of grief. It's me coming to terms with her death, because it's a natural part of the mourning process. She crossed her hooves, her tone condescending, as if what she just said was common sense and Anon was severely retarded. Or something. Which, honestly, with every moment that passes, seemed to slowly become true. Anon felt like a conniption was rapidly approaching. I'm gonna pretend that you didn't just desecrate your friend's corpse. Also, like I just said, I told you Rarity died only like 5 minutes ago. Yeah, and I'm over it.
Anon stared at her. What the hell is wrong with you?
Oh, what's wrong with me? I'm not the one bashing some pony who's gone through personal tragedy.
I'm pretty sure Rarity's body was still warm before you blasted her, yet you're acting like you've already come to terms with her passing. You've showed none of the emotional notes that someone usually goes through when tragedy strikes.
You just said that you weren't going to mention what happened, you hypocrite! And just so you know, her body wasn't warm. I checked. She was rather decayed already, and she must have been dead for months.
And you just didn't notice that she'd gone missing? She shrugged.
It's not my job to keep track of every pony's day-to-day schedule of what they do with their life. Or in this case, death.
She then giggled. Anon's eye twitched. He stood there for a few moments, opening and closing his mouth, forming words but not speaking them. He shook his head. Twilight, did you kill Rarity? She smiled, which made Anon deeply uncomfortable.
That's none of your concern.
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm just joking. Calm down.
Twilight once again giggled as she waved her hooves in a disarming gesture.
No, I didn't kill her. Why would I?
I'm not gonna answer that, you bite-sized psychopath. She harumphed. There was a silence for a moment, before the human had a realization. He groaned after facepalming.
What is it?
He sighed. How are we going to explain this to the others?
Probably the same way that you explained it to me.
He clicked his tongue. I really want to believe the others won't take this as lightly as you did. She shrugged. You have got to be kidding me. Come on, guys. This has to be a joke. He ran a hand down his face.
What do you mean, Sugar Cube?
Applejack tilted her head. How can you be so calm when the literal corpse, Anon pointed at Rarity, which was now surrounded by investigators, of one of your closest friends, is right there?
I mean, it happens.
It really doesn't, though, Anon mumbled.
Well, I personally never liked her all that much.
Rainbow Dash cut in, hovering beside Anon. Anon looked to her, his brow raised. Wait a minute, hold on. Dash, didn't you have a crush on Rarity? She laughed and shook her head.
Oh, Anon, I had a crush on those flanks, let me tell you.
The human flinched away, his face a perfect picture of disgust. Oh, come on, stop talking about her like that when her dead body is right there.
Oh, don't remind me, or else I might act up.
She let out an airy chuckle while rubbing her hooves together. Oh my god. You're an actual monster.
Oh, come on, dude. Oh, you know I'm just joking.
He didn't respond, instead turning to face the other remaining elements. Fluttershy, Pinky, come on, aren't you guys just a little sad? He seemed to almost beg.
That horse never paid back the 5 bits that she owes me.
Anon's mouth gaped. Fluttershy! He squeaked, and the mare shrugged.
She didn't pay her dues.
She then turned to glare at Rarity.
So, she got what she deserves.
Anon swallowed, his brow glistening with sweat. Is everybody here fucking insane?
Hey.
Fluttershy crossed her hooves.
I think that's a little rude, mister. Rarity is a business pony, so she should have known not to mess with another mare's money.
Fluttershy, are you a loan shark, or something? He leaned back. Did you kill Rarity?
Don't be ridiculous.
Anon sighed with relief.
I'm a money launderer.
She paused. Anon chuckled nervously. You didn't answer the other question. Fluttershy's eyes narrowed slightly.
You know, Anon, some ponies find themselves slipping on banana peels while going for a stroll in an alleyway. Sometimes, these same ponies find themselves with a broken neck and stashed up inside a garbage can. These things happen.
Hey, wait a minute. I never told anyone where I found her. The investigators didn't even ask. She smiles at him.
These things happen, Anon. Rather often, actually. So you should, well, be careful around those alleyways from now on.
She turned around and walked away. Flutters! He wheezed out softly as she just kept walking. Anon started to give his face light smacks, mumbling. This isn't real. This isn't real. Come on, Anon. Now would be a good time to wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Oh, stop being dramatic!
Twilight called over her shoulder before her horn flashed and the corpse disappeared. Anon didn't question it. He felt numb. Okay, Pinky, what... He looked at Pinky, his question dying on his tongue, when he noticed the very disturbing look in her eyes. Her smile seemed... sharper. All of a sudden, I don't want to know how you feel about Rarity dying. Anon flinched when Rainbow Dash nudged his shoulder.
Come on, dude, lighten up. At least now she won't be hassling us for the way we dress and all that.
Anon paused. Wait, what about her sister, Sweetie Belle? Dash shook her head and gave him a smirk.
Oh, don't worry about that. She's already liquidized all of Rarity's assets.
I think I'm just gonna... I'm gonna sit down now.
Sure, buddy, sure. Hey, and if you feel better later, me and the others and I, Dash.
Twilight corrected.
Me and the others are going to hold a competition. We want to see which one of us can touch Rarity's body the farthest, if you want to join in later.
Anon sat down and whimpered into his hands. Anon sat on the grass for an unknown amount of time before feeling a hoof tap his shoulder. He turned and was faced with one of the nation's rulers, Princess Celestia. He gulped. Hey, miss.
Hello, little one. I've come to speak with you.
I'm pretty sure I'm as tall as you. She giggled and said,
Sorry, force of habit.
before sitting down next to him.
Do you know why I'm here, Anon?
He gulped. Because one of the element bearers and key to your greatest superweapon just died, and now you probably think I have something to do with it. She shook her head.
Oh, no, of course not. I know what happened was no fault of your own. I place no blame on you for what happened to Generosity, what with her sudden removal from the realm of the living.
He nodded slowly. Alright, so why are you here then, Princess? He remembered to add her title, realizing that Celestia could have him unalived at any moment, and that it was best to show some decorum.
Well, I have come here to thank you. Despite the morbid circumstances, it was good that you stumbled upon her.
She tilted her head to look down at him.
I'm sure you noticed the element's strange behavior.
They've all gone crazy. She chuckled.
Oh no, dear. They've always been a bit loopy in the brain case. Centuries of rebirth would do that to your soul too, you see.
Huh?
Oh, forgive me. I'm getting ahead of myself. So the other elements seemed as if they were dissociative, did they not? Or even in high spirits, despite Miss Generosity's death?
Anon gave a short nod. Yeah, I think Fluttershy might have actually killed her. She shrugged.
Possibly. The elements have been around for a very long time, living and dying time and time again. You see, you end up finding new ways to entertain yourself after thousands of years of monotony.
Including murder? She giggled.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it.
I feel greatly uncomfortable sitting this close to you now.
Oh, don't be that way. I wouldn't hurt you. Unless you don't agree with my politics.
Anon blanched.
And it's not like the elements have been killing random ponies, at least not the important ones. So, you won't have to worry about them killing you. Probably. I'm 75% sure.
She rolled that around in her head for a bit, while scratching her chin.
65% sure.
She corrected. The human shivered. But what about everyone else? Wouldn't they think it's strange that a dead pony is back walking amongst them? Or, when they don't age?
Oh, and on they do age. They get diseases and stuff too. Oh, I remember this one time Laughter had to go through chemo because she ended up getting bone cancer.
Holy shit, bro.
Sorry. No, they're not immortal or long-living. They're just simply reborn, remembering lost memories again once one of them encounters another reborn element.
Anon paused and blinked. That doesn't make any sense. Celestia just shrugged.
Oh, believe me, I stopped trying to make sense of it the third time that I met them.
Anon nodded. Okay, and you're telling me all this why? Celestia gave him a smirk and nudged him with her wing.
Because I know that you won't tell anyone else.
I won't?
Yes, because I'm sure that you do value living, correct?
Yeah?
Good boy.
She crooned, patting his head. Oh my god, everyone is fucking crazy. I want to go home.
Not happening. No one ever escapes Harmony Anon.
Fuck.
Later. Now stop moping. The elements are holding a competition to see who can throw Generosity the farthest, and I think we should join.
She giggled and started dragging him by his hand.
It'll be fun.
He highly doubted that. Oh, poor Anon can't escape crazed Harmony. How about we send some Fs in the chat for him, and also let's get on to our not crazy donators. Top donators, Dash of Evergreen, Peter Coulthard, J Tin Man, Darkside, and Ponyman. CourierCruz CI, Strix, Delta Omega, RuneScythe 9852, dospo, Rhine Dragonwolf, Hunter Norman, Austin Roland, Secret Moon, Tall Russia, The Toilet Snake, Sword Brethren Mordred, Cerberus, Goulash Eating Hazar, Ronin Wandering, Enderai 63, Random Person Man Guy, Starlight Glimmer, Squiddy Boy, David D. Sanchez, Soul Dragon, Gaggy, Trey, Shadow Drake, Joe Piercy, Alex F., Rainbow Dash, Teal K. Anderson, TV Killer, John Becker, Leon Reynolds, Raven Speedster, Zach Rakow, Mr. ECU, and Leslie Prickett. Thank you all very much for watching this video, and live life to the fullest.